Is it too hot in here? Okay. As we get ready for our practice today, let's do our traditional moving spinal twists. Nothing too fancy. Arms go out like wings. Bend the knees, step the feet up to the mat. As you exhale, lower both knees to either side of the mat. As you inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Exhale, lower the knees the other side. Of course, moving your head the opposite direction, that the knees are dropping. And you're exploring here. We talked last class about your intuition. You're using that in a yoga practice, your awareness and your personal power. Believing your personal power, that healing is available to you. And we talked about intuition. The intuition brings in the entire intelligence of the universe in a yoga practice into your body. Make sure you're breathing deeply. And let's do 8 to 10 more moving spinal twists. So it's good to have Holly back. You here, Antigua? We've given everybody else plugs. Keep on going. Give me a few more if you would. Holly McGarry from Tierra Antigua, world's greatest realtor. Give Holly McGarry a call at Tierra Antigua. This is Holly McGarry from Tierra Antigua. I used to work at Tierra Antigua maybe a year or so. Let's hug in the knees. We've already given Judy Weber a plug, and Denise Flynn will hold off on that today. If anybody else needs commercials, let me know. Jill will have to show me her resume or something. I'm not real sure what Jill does. So, I don't know. She'd have to talk to me a little more about it. Let's grab your right foot. Reach down, grab your bottom of your right foot with both hands. Bring that delightful foot up to the heavens. Left leg is straight on the mat. Breath comes in. Try to grab up high enough to at least stretch the fingers and strengthen the grip. Tick-tock the leg side to side. You can pull it towards you with all that awareness, all that intuition, all that personal power is into the back of the leg now. You can move it around the fingers if you need to, or anywhere else. But if your intuition has guided you throughout your whole life, you ask for answers and they always come to you, then it can guide you. That intelligence, the cosmic consciousness, that infinite intelligence can guide you through a yoga practice into healing. And it's right there with you. It's been there your whole life. When you're ready, release that leg down and grab the outsides of the other foot. That leg you release down is straight on the mat so you can stretch out your groin and hip. And the breath continues as you tick-tock the leg side to side, pulling the knee toward the head. Give me a few more deep breaths if you would. When you're ready, you begin releasing out. Let's find a little stretch. Dungeon Master, interlace the fingers, point your fingers over the top of your head. Today, as you inhale, you'll stretch the hands away from the head, right? You're patiently waiting for the inhale. As it comes, you're trying to stretch a little bit. Today, though, let's see if we can move the heels front to back. Judy Weber, you remember those? Pushing through the heels. That's it. That's it. So just breathing. You're just taking it easy here. We haven't been here in a couple of weeks because I've been on vacation. Move those heels front to back, Paul. Just the heels. There you go. And that's what we're going to do today, right? We've done Dungeon Master with pelvic tilts, Dungeon Master with bent legs. Today, we'll just move the heels from side to side. Give me about 3 more stretches, 3 more inhales, with those heels continuing to move. And remember, you're breathing the entire cosmic consciousness, the entire intelligence of the universe. In your astral body, we talked about that. You have an energetic body, not just the physical. And that energetic body helps heal the physical. And you have to believe. When you're ready, release out of that. Let's give yourselves a hug. Trying to walk the fingertips to the back scapular bones of the shoulders, getting a nice deep hug. Then bend the knees, step the feet up to the mat. From here, pelvic tilts, right? Butt stays down. Inhale, arch just the lower back away from the mat. Exhale, lower the back down. Pelvic tilts. Butt stays down, Paul. Right? Inhale, just the back. Good. Exhale, lower it back down. Good. Continue matching the breath with the movement. So this is pelvic tilts with hugging the shoulders. Your awareness, of course, is in the lower back. And then we're stretching the shoulders out as well. Make sure you're breathing. Give me a couple more, please. Make a note of which elbow, right, which arm is closest to your chin. Go ahead and re-hug yourself the other way. Make sure you try to find a nice deep hug so you get a good stretch. And then resume with pelvic tilts. Inhale, arch the back. Just a lower back away from the mat. Exhale, lower back down. And give me 3 more. Keep that butt down. And whenever your third is done, you can release, bring the arms to the side body, palms down. One leg is bent. Let's straighten the other. When you're ready, inhale, lift the butt. Exhale, lower the butt. Arch pose with one bent leg. Take a few lifts to find a nice place of balance for that foot that's pushing, right? Get a nice rhythm going, get a nice place for lifting, and then when you feel comfortable with that, you'll bring in the arms. Inhale, butt comes up, both arms come up overhead. Exhale, butt comes down, both arms release back down to the side body. And continue matching the breath with the movement. So now you have a little back bend. You can bring your awareness there. You can bring it into the shoulders a little more. You can even bring it into the fingers as they go up overhead. Maybe opening the fingers nice and wide as they go up overhead. Breathing into those fingers. Feeling healing taking place. Anything's possible with this wonderfully made body of ours, and especially through yoga. Let's go ahead and bend the other leg that's straight. Straighten the leg that's bent. Continue with arch pose. Moving arms, one bent leg. Check in with the breath. And let's do a few more. If you would, please. A couple more works for me. Paul's doing the old foot up over there. Releasing out when you're ready. Let's straighten both legs. Interlace the fingers. Bring both hands behind the head like you're reclining on a summer day with a nice glass of lemonade. When you're ready, walk both legs over to either side of the mat. Let's go to the right. Let's go to the right. Keep walking. I mean, you're trying to stay flat. Legs are straight, Paul. It's a lateral bend, right? Stay flat. Your butt's flat. Lay down. When you get your legs where you want, scooch your elbows, shoulders, head toward the feet. Bring in the breath. When you get there, maybe you can lay the arms back, right? Paul, you look a little tense. Let the arms go, right? You're there. Sarah, you can let the elbows go. Good. Jill, we're behind the head today. Okay, very good. I got you. So yeah, you can get with me on your, and we'll get you a nice commercial on that.
I'll show you pictures.
Yeah, we'll get you a nice commercial for next class. Breathing here. Well done when you're ready. Just make your way the other side, right? Heel your way, walking the legs all the way to the other side. When you get a nice place for the legs, scooch the head, shoulders, and elbow, and see if you can lay back and relax into the pose, right? Good. Well done when you're ready. Releasing, walking back. Let's find spider pose for our counter pose. Instead of just hugging the knees, you get the same thing with spider pose. Both legs go up in the air. Lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Grab up nice and high on the ankles. If you can lift your head and shoulders, if you're challenged by it, that's fine. So this is kind of a counter, right? You forward bend a little bit. Let's bring the feet about a foot away from each other and rotate the ankles 5 or 6 times in each direction. You're still breathing here. We're not quite done with this sequence. Make sure you're still breathing deep. And if you can, you got your head and shoulders up off the mat. You can spread the toes if you want. For just another moment, we'll come down in a minute. Last pose of this sequence, let's find Happy Baby. Happy Baby, your hands grab the outside of the feet. Those delightful feet face the heavens. Legs are nice and wide, feet are wide, breath comes in. As you tick-tock the feet, front to back, side to side. Knees are bent. See if you can bend the knees, Paul, as you drive the knees down to the mat. I call that pistoning the legs, like piston in the car. But if the legs are wide, the knees are wide, you're able to get a little more. But most guys have tighter hips from sports. Hey, there's odd. We were talking about hips. We talked about, and then guys, yeah, we have tight hips because of sports and ego. When you're ready, release out. Relax. Take a moment. Do nothing. Release the breath. I'm listening to this master from India. He talks about if you have a master you're under, which I don't right now. Devotion and humility. Humility. Being humble. I think if you're humble, you have less ego, right? As you take these next few breaths, you can visualize how you're going to maneuver your body to table pose. I'm going to be in this area near Holly from Tierra Antigua, Holly McGarry, M-C-G-A-R-R-Y. You're going to need your block. But you won't need it right away. What's going on with the back? Too much golf?
No, I just haven't done yoga in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, you missed, Judy, you missed what Suzanne did this morning after no yoga in a couple of weeks at Sunrise Chapel. She walks in like this. We missed you, Tim. We missed you, Tim. She's so stiff.
Worse after the last class because it was the first time I'd done it.
I thought that was so funny.
Yeah.
You did a class this week already?
I went Monday.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're going to need your block near the front of your mat, near your hands. I'll get it for you. When you're ready, cat-cow. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. Inhale, arch the back. Push the belly to the mat, bring the head back. So your awareness is here again. We're back to work. What do you mean? Everything is into every move in yoga, right? Every breath you take, you're putting everything into it. Not necessarily effort, awareness. Staying in the moment. So you know we're going the other way too, right, Paul? You can go at your own pace. I don't mind. I'm just letting you know. At least counter with the arch too, right? When you want, it's fine. Try to balance it. So this week we aren't going to do much. Normally we'll move the fingers, one way or the other. We'll spread the fingers or the toes, since we haven't been in yoga in a couple weeks. Just traditional cat-cows. Give me 3 more cats and 3 more cows. When you finish those 3 cats and 3 cows, drop down to your forearms, roll the wrists, open and close the hands and take a moment. So Sarah, I would move that block off the mat for now, just off to the side. Because we're going to do some opposite and extend it, and you may need that front space. Jill, I'd move that block off to the side of the mat just for now. Okay, so let's do some opposite and extend it. A strengthener before we get into our sequence. You're going to lift either leg. Bend it though. It's going to go up and the other arm. And the head comes up too. You'll hold that for 2 breaths. And then round the back. Drop the chin down. See if you can touch the elbow to the knee. Hold for 2 breaths. Set that side down. And then the other side, right? Lifting the leg, arm, head. Base is soft. Holding for 2 breaths. Nice. And you're trying to lift. And then exhale. Round the back. Touch that elbow to the knee. And set that side down. Other side. Lifting up for 2 breaths. Maybe even 2.5, because you got to find that exhale, right? And then dip it under. Touch that elbow to the knee. Round the back. Set that down. Other side. Lifting. Bending, right? That arm is bent, leg is bent. Exhaling. Rounding. Holding. Set that down. So I've gone halfway with you. You continue. 2 more on each side. Opposite, Paul. I didn't catch you. I was busy myself. So 2 more on each side, please, and then we'll take a little break and we'll move into. So a little bit of strengthener is a good thing. You can get that leg up in the back. Right? That leg is bent. You should be able to get that back thigh up reasonably high in the back. Right, Sotomayor? There you go. I knew you could do it. After you do your 2 more on each side, drop down to child's pose. So this is opposite and extended. Use the opposite arm and leg. You're extending. We were mostly extending up. So taking a break after you've done 2 on each side, Judy Weber from New York Life. So take a few moments. You can visualize a table pose again. We're going to definitely use the block in a minute. Give me about 3 or 4 more breaths here. We'll work our way. Great job. When you're ready, come up to table pose. Your block is just within arm's reach. You won't need it just yet. When you're ready, step your right foot up to the hands. Make sure that ankle is right under the knee, right? Just a nice, comfortable place. And then bring your right arm up to the heavens. Exhaling up. Here we go. Exhaling up, right? So you're going to, let's take the left hand flat on the mat. There you go. Looking up at the fingertips. This is a twist. And we're going to flow. So you're breathing. And we're flowing, okay? When you're ready, take that right hand down. Kiss it up against the inside of the right lower leg. Kiss the right hand up against the inside of the right lower leg. And then bring the left arm up. Take your time here. There's a point where you're going to lose a little balance. You have to drive through that point. And then exhale. I can tell you this, if your back is perpendicular with the heavens right now, you're working toward a 20-year-old spine. You might be working that way. Right? So you're trying to twist. When you're ready, release down. Bring your block in hand. Leave your right foot where it is. As you get that block, bring it up. Both hands now are on the block. As you come up to kneeling, exhale your way to a nice kneeling cobra. Block lays back, head lays back, heart opens. Exhaling patiently to a kneeling cobra. Head laying back today. Well done. When you're ready, keep the block in either hand, doesn't matter which. Bring it near the hip and find a nice lateral side sway. Exhaling down. You can bend that bottom arm or you can lower the block. Whatever works best for you, but exhale your way to a lateral bend. And we're flowing, so if you want to time it, you can inhale up and exhale the block to the other side. If you're breathing deep enough, you may be able to do that. Just trickle your way down. Keep going more and more each time. As the body gets more and more loose and limber, healing can become faster. When you're ready, you can release back to center, and you won't need the block for now. Bring one hand on either side of the right foot. Curl the toe of the back foot. So Sarah, you may have to move toward the front of your mat. Lift the back knee up off the mat. Now you're in a lunge, right? See if you can flatten the left hand down on the mat. Bring the right arm up to the heavens, or even a little beyond if you want. Breathing here in a little modified side angle. You're looking up at the fingertips. Release that right hand down. See if you can kiss it up against the inside of the lower right leg. Now look between your legs. That back left heel, turn it down to the right. There's your balance there. Bring the left arm up. Take it easy as you come up here. Don't try to get it done too fast. And you're trying to exhale your way to perpendicular. It's not the arm, it's the back. Let the back do the work. Good, good. Well done. When you're ready, release the hand back down. Set the back knee down on the mat and come up to kneeling. Right foot still there. Not quite done yet. Right foot still up. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Exhale to humble warrior as the head drops. Try to have that shoulder miss the knee. Pull the arms up to the heavens. That's fine, Paul. That's fine. Let's take a little break. Bring both hands down on the mat on the inside of the left foot. Bend the elbows, right? As you drop down, stretch out the hips and the groin. Your back is rounded, helping out from that back bend. And you're just stretching and relaxing a little bit here. The breath is still deep. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. When you're ready, step back to child's pose. Take a break. And release the breath, right? No more deep breathing. Just relaxing. Why don't you take a few pictures of this next cobra and navel pose. When you're ready, come up to table pose. Walk your table to the back part of your mat. You're in table, but you're near the back part of your mat, right, Judy Weber? Walk your hands forward about a hand length and a half. Lock the elbows, lock the arms, lock the arms, lock the arms. Release the groin down to the mat. But don't slouch in the shoulders. Lift up out of the shoulders. And now that's your solid position. Now let the groin release. So Jonathan, why don't you take a picture too of this? Cobra. You're breathing now. We're back to work. Now look up to the heavens. You'll notice that groin drops a little more. Let it go. Let it drop. Looking up best you can. Well done. Release down, all the way down to your stomach. Place your chin under the hands to take a break. Great job. So you'll take a picture here. Let's do some swimmers. Your legs are swimming on top of the water. Your arms are underneath the water. Everything comes up off the mat. Head, shoulders, arms in front, legs up, knees up. You can flutter kick your feet just a little bit in the back, up and down with the feet. And the arms are swimming underwater. And your breath comes in. Your breath comes in as you work. And you don't have to go fast here. You're kicking the feet a little though, right? If you can. And this is just a version of navel pose. We've done it in many different versions. Hang in there. Give me a few more breaths. Face is soft. I'm not trying to wear anybody down. We're just doing a nice solid yoga class. Whenever you're ready, you can release the chin to the hands. And bring your hands under the shoulders. Push back into child's pose. We're going to do that same sequence over on the other side. You can start visualizing the left foot, right? From table, we'll step that left foot up to the hands. Of course, the block will be within arm's length. But remember, when we get going, you're going to flow. You're going to keep the breath going, nice and even, and let it help you with your movement of the body. Let's come back up to table pose. Bring the block nearby, but for now, you'll step your left foot up to the hands. Remember that foot's right underneath the knee, that ankle's underneath the knee, and bring your left arm up to the heavens, right? Just exhale, left arm. Left foot steps up, Paul. Left arm comes up. Exhaling, Holly, right hand down on the mat. We're twisting, looking up at the fingertips with the chin. As you get that movement back, that chin is almost straight up to the heavens. And then take that left hand down, kiss it up against the inside of the left foot, right? And then right arm comes up. Take your time here. There's a point where you lose your balance, but you have to drive through it. See if you can flatten that hand out on the mat. And you can get a little more leverage to exhale your way. And the chin is looking up. I got you. When you're ready, release down, grab your block, right? Stay with the feet, stay everything else. As you grab the block, come up to kneeling. Block goes in your hands as you exhale your way to a back bend. We're flowing now. We did a little twisting, right? Now we're doing a back bend. And you're using the exhale to bring you back. Good. I just said good, I didn't say release. Right, you're moving back. Nice, somebody getting a little limber. Now release. Now, bring the block in either hand, right? Doesn't matter which one. First, set it down by the hip and give me a nice lateral bend. So just in a short time, we have 5 movements of the spine. Backward, twisting to the side. And you're exhaling down a little each time. When you're ready, bring that block in the other hand and work your way down. So when I do a lateral bend, I'm exhaling. Each time I exhale, I'm moving down. I'm bending the bottom arm. I'm trying to get to a decent place. Whenever you're ready, release the block. Bring both hands down on the mat on either side of the left foot. Curl the toe of the right foot in the back. Lift that right knee up off the mat. Now you may have to adjust that back foot because your lunge is where that ankle's under the knee. Then flatten the right hand if you can on the mat. Bring the left arm up to the heavens. Side angle. Boom. Nice and strong, right? But in control, right? But in control. You're breathing, I'm hoping. When you're ready, kiss that left hand as you bring it down on the inside of that bottom left leg. And that look on between your legs, you're going to have to turn that heel down in the back, right? Turn it over, and then bring that right arm up to the heavens. Exhaling your way up. Each time you exhale, try to work the back muscles. Get those shoulders parallel, perpendicular if you can to the heavens. That's good. A couple more breaths. Is Creo here? Jill, that front knee should be more bent. When you're ready, set the both hands down on the mat. Set that knee down in the back and come up to kneeling. Interlace the hands behind the back as we get ready to release to humble warrior. Exhaling. Pulling those arms. A little bit at a time up to the heavens. Breathing here. Enjoying a little inversion as well, right? Great job. Let's take both hands down on the mat on the inside of the left foot. Bend the elbows. Stretch the hip and groin a little bit. Take a little rest as well. Rounding the back. Bringing the spine back to equanimity, right? So with the humble warrior and the back rounded in hip opener, we have a forward bend. So we move the spine, twisting it, bringing it backward, side to side and forward. 6 movements of the spine in a few moments. Well done. When you're ready, step back to child's pose. Release the breath. Take a moment. Mm-hmm. We're going to do that last back bend strengthener before we come up to standing. When you're ready, come up to table pose. Walk your table back toward the end of your mat, right? Remember from last time, you're going to walk the hands forward a hand length and a half. Lock the arms, lock the arms, lock the arms. Release the groin. Remember, you're not going to slouch in the shoulders. Lift out of the shoulders. And now you have a foundation so you can let the groin go toward the mat. The breath is deep as you work with your cobra, right? With your back bend, not my spine. Good. Breathe. Give me a couple more breaths here. You release. Wonderful job. Look up to the heavens. And you're exhaling. It's a little more difficult to breathe here as you look up. Just try to drop the groin down more each time. How's it going? Are you okay, Sarah? When you're ready, release all the way down. Bring your chin down on top of your hands. Take a moment. I missed that. I didn't see. Did you heard it? Okay. So we're going to do that last one in a moment. And then we'll work our way up to standing. So you're imagining your legs are kicking on the surface of the water, right? Your arms are moving as you're swimming underwater whenever you're ready. Navel pose, modified navel pose. Everything comes up off the mat, arms in front, legs in back, knees are up, face is soft, breath comes back in. When you're ready, begin. Flutter the feet a little bit, kicking the feet in the back. And just moving the arms and exploring, right? All the muscles are at work, the back, all 70 sets of muscles that run up and down the spine. Face is soft, breath is deep. 3, and 2. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to release out and take a moment to release the tension in the lower back. And when you're ready, bring your hands under the shoulders, push back into child's pose. Is that better, Judy? Yeah, I haven't seen Creo. But I only just got back. She missed the... She could be. I know Nancy, Nancy. Linda will be back soon. So you can visualize making your way up to downward dog. We're going to do a little bit of work from downward dog before we come up to standing. And I'll walk you through that. One that we've already done today, so you won't have any problem at all with it. When you're ready, come up to table pose. Curl the toes under and push up to downward dog. Once in downward dog, you can lift your heels up one at a time as you walk your dog, right? Stretching out the back of your legs. Breath comes back in as you're going to need it, right? Because we're going to do a little bit of work from downward dog. When you're ready, step your right foot all the way up to the hands. If you can't get it there, reach back with the right hand and pull it on up there. You're back in lunge, right, where we were a few moments ago. That back heel, I want you to turn it down to the right and bring your right arm up to the heavens. Boom. We're doing this one more time, except you got the wrong hand. Right arm up. I'm giving you the easy side. You going to go into lunge today?
Oh.
That's a deep knee bend, and that leg is straight in the back. You see, Judy Weber's got a nice deep lunge. Denise, you could be deeper if it's okay, if it works for your hand. When you're ready, take both hands down on the mat on either side of that front foot. Step the front foot back to downward dog. You might have to, of course, yes, Holly, lift that heel up in the back. Take a moment here to keep your composure. So all I did today is revisit that lunge with side angle, modified side angle. When you're ready, step your left foot up to the hands. If you can't get it there, reach back. Right? Get a nice lunge going, and then bring your left arm up to the heavens. Breath comes in as you look up to the heavens with the chin. So Jill, if I had to tell you, that wouldn't be a deep enough lunge for me. And Holly, you could go deeper if you can. The lunge should be that bottom thigh is parallel with the floor. When you're ready, release down, both hands on either side of that front foot. Turn the heel up in the back. Step the back foot to the front, forward fold. Take a moment with your fingertips by the toes to take a little rest to get your balance. Breathing here. Now earlier in the week, it was our first class back after 2 weeks. We stretched the spine a little bit by putting our fingertips underneath the heels. Today we're going to stretch the spine again. This time, bend the knees enough and see if you can't get the big toes all the way up to where the wrist bends, under the toes. And then let the head go and try to straighten the legs as we stretch the spine. Breath comes in. You're breathing here. Trying to do a little bit of work before we come up to standing. Give me a few more deep breaths. You're trying to straighten the legs, trying to stretch the spine. Well done. When you're ready, come up to standing. And of course, you can come up. Judy comes up this way. Once you come up this way, you can then bring the fingertips down to the nose. Smell the fingers if you want. It's a personal thing. Okay. I put some nice fragrance. Yeah, exactly. Right. Or for some of you too, if you have sinus infection, or I'm sorry, clogged sinuses, that would be a good way to clean them out too, right? Okay, our balance pose. Balance pose. It's going to be up with the leg, back, and then to the side. So you're going to try to hang, this is up. You're going to try to hang here for 2, 3, 4, 5 breaths. Then you're going to go back. Now notice when you come back to airplane, the arms are back. I had some people earlier here. I don't think this is as easy as here. This balances you better. And you can hang here for 2, 3, 4, 5 breaths. Then you're going to come up with the foot to the side and find leaning tree. This one's probably the easiest of all. You'll hang here for 2, 3, 4, 5 breaths. So remember, it's up, back, and to the side. When you're ready, have fun. My feet like to balance on the hard surface. So something to keep in mind. Make sure you're breathing, and many times the breathing is deeper when you're trying to balance. Good. Yeah, leaning tree. The arms kind of offset the leg. See how I'm leaning? One minute to go. Are you breathing?
Yeah, it's a hard one.
What, this one?
Yeah, when going from that to that.
Yeah, we did this before back in February. 45 seconds. Just lifting the leg forward. So just something up front. And then you'll go back. And then to the side, right? And you can begin wrapping it up in the next 15 or 20 seconds. And we'll find your strap as we finish our last 7 minutes of class. Does everyone have a strap except Judy Weber from New York Life, financial planner extraordinaire? You're going to find the length of your mat in wide angle. Who remembers that? The length of your mat in wide angle. Let's have the strap behind you and grab it at hip width, the palms facing forward. So Holly has it, length of your mat in wide angle, Judy Weber. Walk your feet out wider. Now, look at the feet. You've got them wide, some of you, and you're kind of in goddess pose, where their feet are out. See if you can get your feet parallel with each other. And now, the strap is hip width, palms forward. When you're ready, the arms are straight, and just release. Straight down. Pull those umbrella arms away. Let the head go as the breath comes in. So if you're not able to get the hands straight up to the heavens, you're going to have to bring a wider grip. There, that's fine, Sarah. You're going to work a little bit. If you're trying, for me, the shoulders, can you bring those hands up to the heavens? For me, the shoulders are more, that's fine. More about a release than anything else. You get to a point where, as you're breathing, they release to forward. Give me a few more deep breaths. Great job. Now, just let the strap go anywhere you want. Grab both hands on the same ankle area. Both hands to the same ankle area. And both hands on the same ankle. And move the nose as you breathe toward the knee. Both legs are straight. Both legs are straight. And you're just releasing here, pulling, maybe a little bit, releasing the nose toward the knee. When you're ready, leave one hand on that ankle area. Bring the other arm up to the heavens. Twisting again, right? No, I'm sorry. Check that, Paul. Release your nose from the knee and then bring the arm up as you twist into a modified side angle. Try to look up at the fingertips. Good. Thank you. Paul, you're doing excellent. I failed to just be as descriptive as I could have been. Let's release that top hand back down to the same ankle and bring the other arm up, twisting the back. Now, I failed to mention, you should be able to, as you're twisting, you should be able to feel the stretch in the back of that leg of choice. You should be able to keep that awareness in the back of that leg as you're twisting the upper body. Well done. When you're ready, you can release down, walk your hands to the other ankle. Once you get a good foundation on the other ankle, move the nose toward the straight-legged knee. Breathing here. Releasing here. Good. I hope you're breathing deeply. We've all been trained with victory breath, Ujjayi breathing. And you should all be doing that nicely. Now you can release the nose from the knee and bring either hand up to the heavens. Exhaling it up. And as you're trying to twist the upper back, you can still keep that strong awareness in the back of that other leg. Good. Nice. When you're ready, take that hand back down. Bring the last hand up. Exhaling it up, keeping that awareness sharp in the back of the leg. Breathing deeply. When you're ready, you can release back to standing. Come back up. I forgot about you. And just as gently as a cat, place your tail upon the mat. So stay on the length of your mat. We have about 5 minutes. Thank you, Sarah. Have a great day. That right leg bends in front. And don't forget your mat. And the left leg bends in behind. So now, if you're on the rug, it may not matter, right? But just find a place so the left leg goes back behind you, Paul. And if you want, you can move to where you're comfortable on the mat. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers. Take a moment just to stretch out. This brings our focus as well. The breath is back in, right? We weren't thinking about the breath as we set up for this pose. But now we can breathe. When you're ready, take your left hand to the left ankle. Exhale. Collapsing too. As you bend the left arm, just finding a nice lateral bend to the left. We're winding down. We have a few minutes. Stay with me. Now we're going to go the other way, but not with a lateral bend. Turning the other way, take your left hand to the right thigh. Right hand behind you. Sit up straight and tall as you inhale. Exhale, twisting to your right. Next exhale, twist a little more. And do what you need to do with the body to find an effective twist. And then that breath comes in deep. Good. One more breath works for me. And then float like water, right? To the other side. Right hand to the middle of the left thigh. Left hand behind you. We're twisting the other way now. Sit up tall. Get a nice line. Exhale the other way. And just moving any way that you want. Moving your hand for leverage. Whatever works best for you. This side, if you notice, is a lot more leverage. A little bit deeper twist, is it not? Releasing out. Two more here on this side. Walk the hands behind you. Fingers pointing away. Nice lean back. Lift your butt up off the mat. Lay the head back. Open the heart and breathe here in tripod chest expander. You'll notice as you inhale and open the heart, and as you inhale and breathe into the heart, you can get a little more back bend, right? So you've got a chest expander and a little back bend. Let that head go a little bit more back. Give me one more inhale. Oh, and then releasing back down. You'll have to walk the hands back. Bring both hands on either side of the right thigh. Find your right thigh. Right. And then walk the trunk straight down on top of that right thigh. Release the head either side of the knee. Release the breath. Dolphin dive. Take a moment. How's your shoulder, Paul? Did you hurt it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later about
Okay. Because I can see that. I just deduced, right? My intuition wasn't my intuition. It popped into my mind. Hey, Paul might have hurt his shoulder. When you're ready, let's come back up. Let's finish up our practice. Switch legs, right? The left leg now comes in front. Right leg behind. Adjust your sit bones until you're in a reasonably comfortable place so that maybe you're not on the floor, right? Interlace the fingers, head straight ahead. The head straight ahead as you just give me a few. Interlace the fingers, hands overhead, Paul, if it doesn't hurt. As you give me a few inhales, just a couple, because we're now into a sequence where you're breathing nice, you know what's coming. When you're ready, take your right hand to the ankle, left arm over the head, give me a nice lateral bend to the right. There you go. Exhaling down. And each time the exhale hits, you're collapsing. Okay, you're letting the body bend. And to me, in some ways, the body can go so far. I mean, you guys have seen contortionists and whatnot. There's so much movement that it can have. I don't like to see movement where you're going to stop. You're always moving some way. And when you're ready, let's twist. So take your right hand to the left thigh. Left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to the left. Right? And you're trying to walk that back hand away from you. As you deepen the twist, you're looking behind you, and you're allowing, when you can go no further, then I like to watch the diaphragm open and close, right? I like to feel that deep diaphragm opening deeply and even shutting down deeply, right? Even caving in the stomach. Let's float like water to the other side. Switch it up. One more twist to the other side. Sit up tall, exhale, twisting that way. And working your way to a nice deep twist. Always trying to find a little better leverage. And then maybe observing how deep, how large you can enlarge that diaphragm, right? 2 more left in the practice. Release out. Bring the hands behind the back, fingers pointing away, right? Leaning back, and the hands are on the floor, Paul. Flip the palms. Turn to the palms of your hand, Paul. Yeah. Lift the butt off the mat. Lay the head back. Open the heart. Breath comes in. If you bring the heart in on this chest expander, the tripod, you'll notice as you breathe into the heart, you can lift that back a little bit, and you have kind of a dual movement going, right? And then take a moment in these last breaths or two, lay the head back just a little more, adjust a little more if you can get it, with a couple more deep breaths. You guys did a great job today. I'm so humbled to be teaching in front of such perfect, immortal souls. When you're ready, release out. Find your left thigh. And bring both hands on either side. Dolphin dive right over the top of your left thigh. Right? You're going to just release right over the top. Hands walk in front so you can kind of release down and find a comfortable place. The breath is no longer deep. You're just trying to relax, get the mentality of the end of class. As you take these last 3 breaths, you can begin to visualize how you're going to maneuver your body to the most important pose in all of yoga, your final resting pose. If you need to, hug in the knees or do arch pose, knees bent, lift the butt. If you need to twist a little, by all means don't deny it. Otherwise, let's find that all-important final resting pose. as you slowly awaken from the old to the brand new you. Take whatever time you need, stretch out any way that works best for your wonderfully made body. And eventually, carefully make your way up to a comfortable seated position. So great job. Today we could have had a class of 7 with Nancy and Gary, but let's bring our hands together near the heart center. As always, thank you all for such a wonderful effort in sharing your practice today with me and with each other. Today's closing is practice gratitude, because gratitude turns what we have into enough. I hope the rest of your day is simply dazzling. Namaste.